Good evening and welcome to the Newshour Agenda. I'm Madhavdas G. Ek rahenge to nek rahenge, batenge to katenge. This is the pitch by Uttarakhand Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath for unity. It sparked off, however, a massive political fight. UP Chief Minister, in fact, has Yogi Adityanath saying that nothing can be above the nation and that the country will be empowered only when we are united. He went on to cite the example of Bangladesh and asked people not to repeat those mistakes here. Yogi said this while speaking at an event to unveil the statue of Durga Das Rathore, an army commander of Jodhpur's Maharaja Jaswant Singh, who firmly resisted Aurangzeb's expansion plans. So let's listen in to what Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath exactly said.
राष्ट्र से बढ़कर के कुछ नहीं हो सकता, कुछ नहीं हो सकता, और राष्ट्र तब सशक्त होगा जब हम एक रहेंगे, नेक रहेंगे, तभी नेक रहेंगे। बटेंगे तो कटेंगे। आप देख रहे हैं ना, बांग्लादेश में देख रहे हो ना, तो वो गलतियां यहां नहीं होनी चाहिए। बटेंगे तो कटेंगे, एक रहेंगे तो नेक रहेंगे, सुरक्षित रहेंगे और समृद्धि की पराकाष्ठा को पहुंचेंगे।
Now, while the Chief Minister didn't mention any religion or practitioners of any faith in his speech, opposition saw hate and attempt to spread fear in Yogi's message. OAC interpreted Yogi's words as directed against Muslims. Congress alleged that BJP was trying to spread hatred against minorities. Akhilesh slammed the Chief Minister, accusing him of spreading an atmosphere of fear.
कितनी बड़ी विडंबना है कि जो पार्टी अपनी विज्ञप्ति में लिखती है सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास, सबका विकास जैसे खोखले शब्द, उनके एक मंत्री, एक मुख्यमंत्री कृष्ण जन्माष्टमी के दिन भगवान श्री कृष्ण की जन्मभूमि जो प्रेम का स्वरूप है, उनकी जन्मभूमि पर खड़े होकर इतनी नफरती बातें करते हैं। आप मुख्यमंत्री हैं या बीजेपी की ट्रोल आर्मी के चीफ हैं? मुख्यमंत्रियों को यह शोभा नहीं देता है।
तो इसलिए वो बौखलाहट का शिकार होकर अपनी हस्बे आदत सिर्फ मुसलमानों को निशाना बना रहे हैं अपनी हेट स्पीच के जरिए।
राजनीति का चक्र वहां पहुंच गया है कि हर दल आज जाति जनगणना की बात कर रहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी भी उसी रास्ते पे चलेगी।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's take this across to our guest. Joining us with us is Tushar Gupta, political analyst. With us also is Rohit Agarwal, spokesperson of RLD. Vivek Bansal will be joining us shortly. Ghanshyam Tiwari, spokesperson of Samajwadi Party. Also with us is Asif Sohail, political analyst. Let me start first and foremost with Tushar Gupta. Tushar, the commentary coming in from the opposition, you would have also seen it. You have Akhilesh Yadav who says that persons in responsible positions should be saving from fear rather than spreading it. And that's the line in which the opposition has interpreted the comments of Yogi Adityanath. Your response to that, Tushar?
Of course, the opposition will have a problem, Madhav. I'll tell you one simple thing and I'll put it in the most blunt words. There is a concentrated effort to divide the Hindu community on caste lines. There is a political implication of it. The minority vote is pretty much consolidated with the opposition as the results of 2024 prove. Now all they want to do is divide up the majority vote, which has been quite united since 2014, and therefore carve out a possibility for themselves to form the government in 29. I can't put it in more clear words. That is why the caste census is so important for Rahul Gandhi and the opposition. Else why would a party that is advocating for caste census day and night be rattled when their own leader is asked, what is your caste? So Madhav, if you look at this entire equation, there is a political connotation to it. Consolidate the minority vote, divide the majority vote and form the government. And this is something the Hindu society has to think about at large. There is obviously the question of quotas within quotas and ensuring the inequality within the SC and ST groupings go away. That's there. But within this entire caste business that the opposition has begun on census and jitni abadi utna, ye kuch nahi hai. It's nothing but just consolidate minority, divide majority, form the government. That is what it is, and I can't be more clear about it.
All right. Respond to that, Ghanshyam Tiwari. It's nothing but a deliberate attempt at trying to divide the Hindu community on caste lines, which is currently underway. And that's all that he was referring to. There's no reference to any community even in the speech that he's made. This is what the BJP has also said. Your response to that?
Good evening, Madhav. To you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. There are three things. One, that there is a competition between Adityanath and Hemanta Biswa Sarma, which is a competition between Adityanath and Amit Shah, that who can raise the pitch to what Hemanta Biswa Sarma eclipsing Adityanath in hate speeches. Adityanath Ji has to up his game. That's point number one. Point number two, that there's also a competition between Adityanath Ji and Kangana Ranaut. I don't see a difference between Adityanath's statement and Kangana Ranaut's statement. Both are speaking about Bangladesh as if they are the newly appointed External Affairs Minister of India. If he is so up with his support.
Losing your audio there, Ghanshyam, losing your audio. But let me take this question across to Charu Pragya. Charu Pragya, there are those who are saying that the Chief Minister should not have engaged with this kind of language. I'm just going to read out what Asudin Owaisi is saying. He's saying that comparing India and Bangladesh, is not something that should be done. And if he has such a, if he cannot hear properly, he should go visit ENT. He's scared of losing the Chief Minister's seat. That's why he's making this statement. A lot of such commentary coming in from leaders of different political parties saying that this is being done with the Chief Minister's political intent in mind and an intent to polarize.
Madhav, good evening. Now, all the opposition leaders, this is all that they can do. Resort to commentary today on a statement which is very clear and everybody in the country should agree with it. United we stand. वो कहा जाता है ना, अगर एक उंगली उठाओगे तो वो कट जाएगी, but मुट्ठी में ताकत होती है. So where is he wrong when he says that we need to remain united? We are seeing political unrest across the globe. In fact, India is the only major country in recent times to have a stable government, the same government, third time in a row. Tell me what other country can boast of this? And this is only because we talk about nation first, we talk about keeping together, we talk about unity. And where did Yogi Ji use any kind of terminology that can be looked upon as anything offensive? Please point that out to me. Nothing he has said has been offensive in any manner whatsoever. And for all the opposition leaders who want to continue to divide India, let me please remind them, they are the ones who divide India in various ways. Let's take examples. Let's take an example from the recent elections where there was a call out for vote jihad. Vote jihad. Now, is that a uniting stand where there are leaders who talk about, ensuring that only one section of society gets their goodwill and their patronage and the others can do what they like? Is that uniting society? In fact, Yogi Ji and Modi Ji have lived by the dictum of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas time and time again. Uttar Pradesh has proved it time and time again.
The point, Charu Pragya,
decisions are taken on the basis of what is good for citizens.
I will certainly ask the SP spokesperson on that vote jihad point that you made, but here's the point. Here, when you use a phrase such as katenge, it's obviously something that is, being referred to. The opposition sees it as some kind of, violent terminology. That's in very, very poor taste, to say the least.
No, Madhav, I'm sorry. There's nothing like that. Katenge can also be taken to mean something in a divisive way. Arey, batenge to katenge, sahi baat hai bhai. There are people who've called out and said during the time of the CAA protest that India should be choked off from the chicken neck area of Assam. Isn't that katenge? Isn't that something we should be looking upon? So, I'm sorry.
Obviously, but two wrongs don't make a right, ma'am.
Stand united, stand together. And I don't think, I don't think this can be translated into anything wrong at all, Madhav. Please tell me from his statement, pick out one part of his statement which sounds wrong. And let me just add to this here. When you look at the policies of Bharatiya Janata Party, whether in the state or centrally, has there ever been any policy which is divided in the name of caste or religion? Name one. Absolutely none.
Vivek Bansal, would you like to respond to Charu Pragya? Nothing offensive in what was stated by the Chief Minister? Please point out what is objectionable, and there's no attempt to divide on the basis of caste or religion by this government. Please respond.
About it. Anybody, any right-minded person would be having objection to it, and particularly coming from a head of the head of the largest league of this country, using this language, katenge and all. What is it? What does it depict? And she's saying she's talking about a stable government with this majority, as if it's a new feat achieved by the BJP government that they have given a stable government who has strengthened the foundations of democracy in this country. Democracy has been able to sustain, who have built up the strong foundation. So UPA government, when they were not in a majority, then also we gave a stable government. So don't talk about the stability and nation first. Yeah, the prime objective of Mr. Yogi at the moment is he's seeing the assembly elections at the moment, and so because he has seen that all this has not worked in the recent Lok Sabha elections, and people are baying for him in the party. So he's getting jittery, and because of this unparliamentary language is being used by a chief minister of a state, it's the most despicable statement, and particularly coming from a country which can boast of diverse religions and diverse cultures and languages and region. I don't think it is in the interest of you talk of nationalism. Nationalism demands that unity is the strength of our right. Unity in diversity is the basic strength of this country. And because of this country has been able to...
How can you find offense in a statement like Stand United?
The committee of nations. So don't give all this, sorry to say, whatever you are saying, you yourself are not convinced about what you are saying. Is not much with the viewers as well as the...
No. Please don't presume to speak for me. Do not presume to speak for me. Madhav, can I come in, please?
Yes, please. Floor is yours. Please respond. We were asking what is the objections. Vivek Bansal listing several of them. Your response now. Yeah, Mr. Bansal, you've made your point. Let her respond to you.
Yes. Now, Mr. Bansal, let me assure you that I'm very capable of speaking for myself, so don't presume to speak for me. The second thing is, when any leader calls out for unity, why does it bother you? Is unity a bad thing? Are you trying to paint unity as anything bad? And lastly, when I asked you outright and directly, can you name one policy of Bharatiya Janata Party which is divisive in the name of caste or religion? You could come up with none. In fact, I can give you data. Whatever you look at, whether it is Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana or Ujjwala Yojana, more than 1/3 beneficiaries have been people of minority communities. No, do not interrupt me. Either you answer my question.
One second. Mr. Bansal, may I just request, Mr. Bansal, you will get a chance to rebut her. Let her make a point. You asked her a couple of questions. Let her respond to you. Just 1 second, please. Yeah, Charu, continue.
And I'm asking you a question right back, Mr. Bansal. Can you name one policy of this government which is divisive? And if you can't name any, then please eat crow and sit quietly for the rest of the debate.
Vivek
Not
Bansal.
One.
Okay.
More than 1/3 of the beneficiaries of any of our policies are always in the minority community.
Okay. Charu, you've asked him a question. Now let him respond. Now let him respond to you, please. Yes. Yeah, Mr. Bansal. Mr. Bansal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actions are speaking for themselves. The sort of language which our honorable PM was using during the Lok Sabha election. That was
quoting data at you. 31% of the homes are given to minorities.
Now to cap it all, now you are just...
I am quoting data at you.
I'm answering your...
One second. Charu, now let him speak, please. Let's not do this. Let's not have this shouting match.
You are not letting me speak.
Yeah.
So that's
okay, make your point, Mr. Bansal. Quickly make your point. There are two other panelists who have not yet spoken. Please make your point, Mr. Bansal.
Whatever the bulldozer happens to be the prime policy of this UP government. All constitutional norms have been set aside. Where is the unemployment? Unemployment is not the priority of this government. This high inflation is not the priority of this government. Poor people, and this is the reason in the Lok Sabha election you received a drubbing in this UP parliamentary when you were talking about getting 75 seats in UP out of 80. Let me tell you that. So you all came down with a third. So don't think that you are giving a very utopian government. It's nothing like that. It's
okay. Let me bring in some other panelists now, please. Let me bring in fact, Rohit Agarwal of the RLD. Rohit Agarwal, bulldozers, encounters. This is what Mr. Owaisi has also said. Mr. Bansal is echoing that similar sentiment that the situation in Uttar Pradesh, the opposition says, is far from desirable because their allegation is that constitutional norms are being thrown to the wind. Your response?
Good evening, Madhav. I think, unfortunately, these days we have a very destructive opposition they keep on opposing everything what government is doing, and they don't understand that opposing a government leading them to oppose a country and even the people of country. These people don't understand that who have been encountered. Is any innocent have been encountered? Or what is encounter is? Encounter is when somebody is firing on police, then the encounter occurs, and these people are just supporting even the terrorist of the country. These people are even supporting the somebody who needs to be corrected. मतलब अपराधी को भी सपोर्ट करने से पीछे नहीं हट रहे हैं.
आप किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? कौन से टेररिस्ट की बात कर रहे हैं? Which terrorist, sir? Which terrorist?
आप देखिए, इन्होंने कश्मीर के अंदर अमर उद्दुल्ला के साथ इन्होंने गठबंधन किया कांग्रेस ने.
Sir, you made a specific allegation. I'm just asking you to substantiate what you just said.
We will that's what I'm saying. What Amar Uddullah said? He said we will reimpose 370 and we will do everything to reimpose 370. What does that really mean? That you want to work against the country. You want to work against the people of country.
So one second. Rohit Agarwal, now Rohit Agarwal, let's 1 second, just 1 second. You just made a claim that they are supporting terrorists. I asked you which are the terrorists, and then you go on to Omar Abdullah's 370 claims. Now that's their political party's prerogative. If they feel that they want to support Article 370 or bring it back and make that as an election promise, that's their right to. You may disagree, I may agree or disagree. The point is everyone's entitled to their own point of view. So I think let's not go down that road, but let me quickly bring in Asif Sohail. Asif Sohail, the point being made over here is this. Bangladesh, whatever has happened, that's something that is a huge matter of concern. All that Yogi Adityanath has said is discussed it in that context that we have to be careful. Is there something so wrong? Even Charu Pragya says there are several countries in the world where there are, all sorts of situations happening. There is turmoil, there is social unrest. और ऐसी स्थिति में अगर वो कह रहे हैं कि one has to take a lesson from there, is there something so wrong in that?
देखिए माधव, दुनिया में जहाँ पर भी इंसानियत के खिलाफ कुछ होता है तो कंसर्न की बात है, चाहे वो बांग्लादेश हो या कोई भी रहने दो. पर हमारे मुल्क के अंदर इतने पहले सारे इश्यूज है. एक चीफ मिनिस्टर उत्तर प्रदेश के फेल हो गए हैं लोगों को सुरक्षा देने में. इतना कमजोर चीफ मिनिस्टर हमने कभी नहीं देखा. वो तो खुलेआम बोल रहे हैं कि बटेंगे तो कटेंगे. इसका मतलब क्या है? वो मुल्क के संविधान पे, मुल्क के प्राइम मिनिस्टर पे उन्हें भरोसा नहीं है. ये सारा सिर्फ एक बौखलाहट में डर है. ये पोस्ट 400 पार और राहुल गांधी का इफेक्ट है इनके ऊपर. मुझे समझ में आता है बौखलाहट में ये कुछ ना कुछ बोलते जा रहे हैं, बस और कुछ नहीं है. लोग जब इन्हें वोट देकर एक चीफ मिनिस्टर बनाते हैं कि इस भरोसे से कि ये हमारी सुरक्षा करेंगे, वो खुलेआम बोल दे रहे हैं कि वो कट जाएंगे, तो इसका मतलब क्या है? तो वो चीफ मिनिस्टर तो मतलब एक कमजोर चीफ मिनिस्टर हो गए ना. आप मुझे बताइए. आप और ये खुला ये भी बोल रहे हैं कि गलती मत करो यहाँ पे. मतलब ये कि भाजपा की हुकूमत गिरने वाली है क्या? इतना क्यों डर हो रहा है इन्हें? आप मुझे बताइए. उत्तर प्रदेश में हम लोगों को मारते हैं, रेप हो रहे हैं, इतने सारे मतलब
one second, Tushar.
कर रहे हैं. वो बांग्लादेश से क्यों जा रहे हैं? घर के
All right, you made your point, Asif. Tushar.
Madhav, let me break down the hypocrisy. Madhav, I was hearing patiently. Let me break down the hypocrisy of the position one by one. In Uttar Pradesh, don't we know about the MY combo that is followed by the Samajwadi Party, the Muslim vote and the Yadav vote? In Bengal, don't we know that the TMC appeases the minority vote there? Don't we know in Kerala the communists go for the Christian vote and the Muslim vote? Don't we know that the PDP and the NC go for the Muslim vote? Don't we know that OAC in every rally he does says that the Muslims need to vote en bloc? So today when Yogi Adityanath only says that the Hindus need to be united, why is it such a crime? Why is it hate speech? Every other opposition leader can go to any other community and say, please vote for us collectively, the BJP will just do that, blah, blah, blah. They'll peddle all sorts of conspiracy theories. But if one chief minister says that you only need to be united, that is hate language. Number two, Madhav, please, I did not interrupt you. Please do not interrupt me. Number two, Madhav, today the people who are saying that why are we worrying about Bangladeshi Hindus are the same people who 5 years ago said, why do we need CAA? There is no persecution of Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Christians, Jains and Parsis in either Pakistan, Afghanistan or Bangladesh. Guess what? In the last 5 years, we have rescued Sikh community members from Afghanistan. Today, there are Hindus who are being slaughtered on the streets of Bangladesh. We've seen enough literature on social media, in the news channels, and the same people of the opposition are saying, why worry about Bangladesh?
So let me take those concerns.
I'll tell you, Madhav, the hypocrisy. They don't want to deny the atrocities against Bangladeshi Hindus. They don't want to be proven wrong on their stance on CAA, which they should be ashamed about.
All right, let me bring Ghanshyam on the point that you're making, and this allegation that Charu has also, of course, said earlier. It's a statement of an SP leader, Maryam Alam Khan, who has said that silently, cleverly, unitedly, do love jihad, because we can only do vote jihad, I beg your pardon, do vote jihad. We can only do vote jihad and remove the Sanghi Sarkar. Now, this is a statement being made. Is this a secular comment being made in that sense? And isn't this also a very communal statement then, Ghanshyam?
Madhav, 3 quick points, because I was not allowed. I was only spoken 1 sentence in the debate, and I hope you will allow me. One is that
please answer the question I'm asking you.
Would you allow me to speak, or I may not speak?
No, I'm just saying, please answer the question. It's your turn. Please go ahead and speak.
If you allow me to speak, please. Now, there are 3 quick points I want to make. The first and foremost is, there is no difference between what Adityanath is saying and what Kangana Ranaut is saying. So why is BJP singling out Kangana Ranaut? She's also talking about Bangladesh. Is Adityanath and Kangana Ranaut the self-appointed External Affairs Minister of India? If something happens in Afghanistan, they terrorize Hindus here that, you are in danger. Something happens in Israel, they want to tell Hindus in India that you are in danger. But the Hindus of India have told right from Banaras to Ayodhya to all of Uttar Pradesh that you are not the Thekedar of Hindus. You are only people. Adityanath Ji on 22nd February, on February 2022, he said that he's proud of playing the Thakur politics. You are using your caste politics, and you want to, when you are losing in politics, you want to say that no, the Hindus need to be worried, and that is why I need your votes. This is not only dangerous, but it is also built on the idea that people of this country are foolish. People are not foolish. They know that you cannot provide employment. They know that you will not fight for our daughters, Vinesh Fogart and others, when the time is needed. They know that you don't even respect Chhatrapati Shivaji, that you build his statue out of money of corruption that falls aside. They know that you'll be sleeping at the wheel when Bangladesh crisis happens. It's a responsibility. If he has to put a blame on somebody, it is a responsibility of the Prime Minister and this government that the Bangladesh crisis happened and India was sleeping at the wheels. So if anything, Adityanath Ji has blame to offer to Mr. Modi and vice versa. By playing more and more of hate politics from Kamad Yatra, that you must display your name, to this, ki batenge to katenge, this only shows that Adityanath...
Okay, Ghanshyam, now I have asked you a question, and this is exactly what I feared. That you will say everything under the sun, but answer the question. Can you please account for the statement of Maryam Alam Khan? Is that a secular statement in your view?
Did you sleep through the elections? The Prime Minister addressed this statement. Akhilesh Yadav ji responded. What is the point of asking a question that has already been responded to by the Prime Minister?
So that's how debates are conducted. Because you set a certain yardstick for Yogi Adityanath and you may have valid concerns. I'm not questioning those. But what about your own party's leaders? You can't have a situation that you will only question others and you will not take any questions yourself, Ghanshyam Tiwari, because this is not something that is acceptable in any debate. Questions are being asked of Charu Pragya, questions will be asked of you also. She is choosing to answer the questions, you are choosing to run away from them on national television. That's the only difference right now.
Either Times Now was sleeping at the wheel through the Indian elections.
When Akhilesh Yadav ji responded
No,
to that,
sorry, Mr. Tiwari. Sorry, Mr. Tiwari. Your refusal to answer questions is quite clear now. You can use all sorts of abusive language for times now for me. But the problem is you don't want to engage in a debate or account for your own political party leaders' comments, and that's very evident now. As far as your responses are concerned, this is the third time I've given you in terms of responding to it. We'll have to wrap the debate there. Charu Pragya, Tushar Gupta, Rohit Agarwal, Vivek Bansal, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Asif Sohail. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.